Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. What a game we have for you here. The first meeting of the year between two of the NFL's most hostile divisional rivals. This matchup always among the most anticipated games of the regular season. It's the Bengals going up against the Steelers. With that, let's send it out to our broadcast team. Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis with this Week 2 matchup.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Coming up, it's a rematch from last year's AFC wildcard round between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Guyton. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory, and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they come into this one after a loss in the opener, and they're in for another tough test here.
And what a battle for an organization to look at your schedule and see 2 road games to start the season and not have a letdown immediately. You got to fight against that. They've got to come out ready to play.
Blanchard escaping the pressure right. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. The first play from scrimmage? Some of these people haven't even taken their seat.
That's what is commonly known as a fast start. That's what my horse racing friends would say. They caught a flyer out of the gate, and guess what? They're in the lead now.
Garrett Hartley on now for the point after. And it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you don't like that call on the opening drive of the game.
It's a very strong limb that you're out on right now. Okay, and look, the game between college and the NFL continues to creep closer, but that is truly a college play, not an NFL play. Because you'd snap the ball from the 3-yard line there, whether it's going for 1 or going for 2. So it makes sense to try it that way to maybe fake it. In this case, from the 15, makes 0 sense.
And now your lead's just 6-0 instead of 7-0. Dalton gives to Bernard. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. Well, there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback right in the face of him. puts him down. The Steelers insert their nickel defense on third down.
Yeah, they add a DB. Passing, it's Dalton. He's got time. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that. Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
On the right side, caught by Green. That catch good for 5. It's third down. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On the ground, this is Hill, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on third and long. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. On the screen, Bernard. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up fourth down. So the Bengals forced to settle for a field goal try here as Mike Nugent is onto the field. A 33-yarder from the left hash. So unable to get any yardage at all off of the screen there on third down.
And ordinarily on third down, that's when you want to bring pressure. You get all your guys who want to get after the quarterback. But how about the patience they showed? Read the play, snuffed it out, and made a nice stop.
So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They'll come out throwing here on first down. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. They'll look to throw here. And he goes out right around the 39. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
There he goes, right side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. How about that? Their quarterback. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Boy, you want to talk about making something out of nothing. Boy, he did that right there. What an incredible run.
Obviously a pass play, and he couldn't find anyone open downfield. But sometimes the receivers just run those defenders off, and it creates a wide open space.
Garrett Hartley on now for the point after. And his kick is no good. It's an early miss. We'll see if that has any ramifications later here as the afternoon wears on. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And on the return, here comes Adam Jones. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
Well, Brandon, last week the quarterback played very well. His team lost. But the fantasy people who had him, they weren't worried about the team. They're worried about the stats that he was giving them.
The drive starts with a handoff to Bernard. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with the football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. Again, here's Bernard. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
The previous play was a nice run, so they came back with the draw. I think they were trying to fool the defense into thinking they would throw the ball and wanted to run it again. Unsuccessful, but this team is definitely showing they want to keep it on the ground.
15 yards through the air on a 1st down. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that 1st down pass.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And over the middle, it's LaFell. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Holding offense.
And that one is going to set the offense back. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. They come up in an offset eye. So Dalton now. And a right side completion here by LaFell. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. And even 40 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have... And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Eifert, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, get into a good rhythm. You can see a little more. Bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, How do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. A reminder coming up at halftime. Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before that. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Offense readies for a 2nd and 1.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Their big-bodied receiver with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. Garrett Hartley for the extra point. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the first half. Here's the Steelers' kick team as they'll boot this one away. And it's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Getting ready to go again. Here's Andy Dalton marching back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but now any run after it.
It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. It's brought in left side by Tate. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Despite only needing one, Dalton to throw. And Eifert has it. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Bernard churning, and he lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
Come on, not fair.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Throwing here, Lynch on first down. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Offense looking to avoid a third and long. It's 2nd and 10. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
First down following that long gain. So we reach halftime here. Hey, you. Yeah, you. John. Why'd you skip Larry's halftime? I'm just kidding. I don't know who you are. But if you're John, maybe you're pretty freaked out for a second. All right, let's get to the third quarter. Now Jones. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Holding offense.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
They send Green to the left on his own. Dalton now to pass. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Carry for Bernard. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up. Not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try to open things up in the run game.
Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And taken at the 46. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
One receiver left, 3 to the right. Now it's Lynch. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack, although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't because...
And this is caught inside the 5. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on third down. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're...
And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Paxton Lynch with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he took...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that? What was
maybe
that?
They saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to come from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Dalton throwing on second down. And his throw is incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton is going to go for a big play. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. It's the first-round pick, Artie Burns. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
Exactly right, and you're trying to limit the number of plays and offense runs. You're trying to lift...
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Lynch. They brought him in off the corner, and he gets in to drop him for a loss of 4. So the sack on first down there by the defense, and now it's second down. Lynch to throw. Flushed out right.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
A big play there on the keeper. 57 yards. So he wanted to pass it, but that thing turned out much better.
And the crowd really responded, didn't they? They always like it better when the quarterback is scrambling around. Back it takes off and runs downfield, and that's exactly what he did.
He was trying to get it to Mark Mariani there, and now it's second down.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense, but in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass, excellent job, way to knock it down. That was a difficult catch, and I admire the fact that he actually caught the football, worked so hard to get his feet down inbounds, tried to do the toe tap. My dad's an accomplished.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. And I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years, the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been. But it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. They'll begin here with Bernard. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Second down, Dalton. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it.
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. It's the first-round pick, Artie Burns. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Eluding the pressure right, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Carlos Dansby. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. 3rd and 4.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And that's understanding where the markers are because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does. The best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out.
Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Big 4th down here. It's Dalton. Green with a catch left side. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They go back to the air here after the INT. And incomplete.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Cut his left. Cut his left.
They'll come out in the pistol. Oh, Lynch going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
They talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Cooper Helfit, the tight end, was the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Well, he just threw an interception last drive. Nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of the difference between driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? Because that's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country roads.
I certainly have. Plenty of family back there. God love them.
Sliding out of the pocket. He can run for it, and he will. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to make it 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Now Lynch to throw. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Set 380. 380. Mike, check. 59.
Dalton throwing on second down. It's brought in left side by Tate. 19 yards that time for number 19. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quick.
Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. And look out, I think he's going to go. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. Garrett Hartley for the extra point. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken short. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
They send Green to the left on his own.
Wide, 20. Wide.
1st and 10 for Dalton. He drops it off for Bernard. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Set, wide, 20. Wide, 20. Mike's feet.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. He's going to let it fly. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And that will write a finish to this ball game. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Pittsburgh, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Heinz Field.